Hi yogis, I'm Liz Ragland. This is a 20-minute sequence for the upper back, shoulders, chest, neck, and skull. So places where we tend to hold a lot of tension or where we tend to contract in and get very tight when working on computers, especially laptops, when we're driving, etc. So what you'll need for class is a blanket, or it could be a blanket from your bed, a comforter, a stack of towels, or a bolster. 2 blocks or 2 big books or 2 big couch cushions, and a strap, though this is optional, and I'll give you a very good alternative if you don't have a strap lying around. This is an all-level sequence. It's appropriate for any level. The most strenuous thing that we'll do is downward facing dog, and even that you can modify. So I've got a playlist ready for you. It's down below in the description. If you don't have Spotify, or if you just don't like my music, you can play your own, and that's totally fine. Nothing special is needed for timekeeping tonight. So it's something that makes you feel good. Let's go turn on the playlist, and then we'll begin. So in my playlist, it's called Short, Slow, and Stretchy, Neck, Shoulders, Upper Back. Going on to the first track, which is In a Blackout. Take your blanket and fold it so that it looks like this. If you don't have the blanket, you can sit on one of the blocks, totally fine. I just really like the blanket for this first piece. And then we're coming into Sukhasana to get started. Get both of your sitting bones up onto the surface you're sitting on, and then drape your hands down and forward so that you start to already feel a little bit of traction up here. So I'm not reaching or straightening or tensing my arms at all. I'm just letting them relax. And then very small circles clockwise with my pelvis. So you'll see the rest of my body moving, going up the chain of my spine all the way up into the skull, but the primary motion is down here in the pelvis. Just really gentle warm up for the spine, and then switch the directions to go counterclockwise. Good. Let your head be really floaty and light up top. Pause. Switch directions again, but now move the rotation out of the hips and up into the rib cage. Arms are still very passive here. They're just going along for the ride. Try to relax the muscles of your neck, face, and chest as you go on these circles with your rib cage. And then switch the direction. No tension holding in the shoulders. Arms are heavy. You can even drop the hands down towards the floor. Good. And then come to stillness. This time, imagine there's a beam coming straight up from the top of your head, and we're going to draw beams of light in circles on the ceiling. So keep your chin level. Go around clockwise and counterclockwise. And then drop your chin, go clockwise. Drop your chin, go counterclockwise. Good. Both arms up. Hold your left wrist with your right hand like a cuff. Bend your right elbow so that you're not bunched up here. Then reach over long. You can drop your chin down to your chest, down to your armpit, or lay your ear to your shoulder, whatever feels good. So this is about finding your spot. Up through the center. Other way. It's like the outside of your wing is getting longer. Come up to the top. Turn sideways for you on this part. Right hand to the right knee. Left hand to the low back. Look over your left shoulder. Both arms up. Reach them high. Turn left hand to right knee, right hand to the lower back, and look over your right shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale back to the middle. Move your blanket out of the way. Find a downward facing dog for just a few breaths. This is sometimes a pose that can create some tension in your upper body. I want you to really look for the legs and the pelvis to do their job here. So really ground your feet, go up through your hips, press your hands down gently, but keep your collarbones really wide. And then turn your head to the left, drop it to the middle, tuck your chin to your chest, look between your knees, and then look to the right. Drop your chin between your arms, look between your knees, good. And then rock the weight a little bit left and right. So we're just here for a moment, warming up the large muscles of your body and building a little bit of openness and readiness in the legs for a hang that we're gonna do, a little hanging sequence. Cool. All right, walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, half lift, hands gently on the shins, look forward. Exhale, tumble down over yourself. Forward fold can be more like a rag doll for this first one. And then roll all the way up your spine, rebuilding the chain. Now, get your blanket and fold it once, twice, or as many times as you like to create a little bit of a wedge to go underneath of your heels for our hanging situation. So when we hang, it's less work in the legs, it's less strain on the body if we can elevate the heels up. So step your heels onto the blanket or onto your cushion. Bend your knees to start. Reach your arms forward. Take your chest past your knees and then let it float down, almost like a waterfall, like a cascade falling down. Good. For this first part, keep your knees very bent, belly glued to the thighs, and hands tumbling down. Let your head get heavy. This is like an inversion table for your spine. Good. Like in our downward dog, do the work with your legs. Bend the knees so that you can access the strength back here. Doesn't matter to me how straight your legs get. I want you to bend them, lean into the fronts of the feet, but also ground through the heels as you let your head drape down towards the floor. Good. One more breath right here. And then look forward. Keep your knees bent, maybe bend them even more. Eagle your arms, right arm under left. Bend the elbows, either backs of the hands together or double wrap. Now keep the back bend, keep your knees bent, and we're gonna rise up like chair pose. Find a little back bend in your upper back, and then press into your feet. Thighs go forward, lean back a little bit. Good. Come to neutral. Unwind your arms, hold hands behind your back. If that's too much, you hold on to the hem of your shirt, or you can put your hands on your hips. But keep some space here on these two corners so that this isn't getting all shrunken. We want this to get more loose, more relaxed. Holding hands behind your back or holding a prop, knees bend. See how I'm making this shelf with my legs? The hip creases recede, belly to the thighs. I'm supported here. And then drop the head down. Arms can rest very passively, very yin, very restorative, or you can stretch them up a little bit more. Just here for a few breaths. Let your head get as heavy as possible. Keep your belly on your thighs, keep flicking your tailbone up and back. This is gonna stop you from having pinching or discomfort in the low spine. Good. And then come up halfway, arms out, left arm under right, hands together, maybe hands to the shoulders, eagle your arms. Look forward, lead with your elbows and your heart to rise up to Utkatasana. Good. And then come all the way up. Huge breath in and breath out. Hold your hands the other way. So my right thumb is coming on top of my left, and it feels like I'm putting on somebody else's shoes. It's so weird. Bend your knees. Deep crease in the hips, swing it back. Drape down, drop your head. Come up halfway. Take your arms out to the sides. So we're crisp, we're long straight lines here, but I'm not muscling through, I'm not tensing through. And then arms forward, stand up. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Lean your head back into your hands, reach your elbows apart. Bend your knees, forward fold. Elbows towards each other, but I'm still keeping, I'll show you from this angle, I'm still keeping the space in the traps. So even though my arms are close to my head, I'm trying to keep this space open all the way across here. Good. Stay like this, drop the hands down, or my favorite, reach your arms behind the knees, hook your thumbs into your elbows, and it's like a little safety lock for you. Let your head go. 5 more breaths right here. Fingertips down, palms down. Kneel or sit. Grab your strap. Now hopefully your strap is long. If you have 2 short straps, you can tie them together. If you have no strap, no worries. I'm going to show you in a second what we'll do. So first of all, get into a good seat where your creases of your hips can go backwards. So I recommend Virasana, which is how I'm sitting now. Knees together, heels on the outsides of the sitting bones. Maybe you could have a block underneath. Take your thumbs, so this is for those of you with no blocks. Thumbs into the armpits. All right. Hook this muscle or ligament, hook this attachment right here, and draw it forward and up. So from the side, we look like this. And then keep moving into that back bend, but keep your head as relaxed as possible. Good. If you're using the strap, you're gonna have a little fashion backpack. So put the strap around like a scarf. And then take the 2 strap ends behind you. I'm going to turn around and show you what I'm doing next. We make an X with the strap. Make sure that the middle of the X goes between your shoulder blades. Between your shoulder blades. Good. And then hold on to each tail. And I'm going to hope that you still have some strap left. Otherwise, abandon the strap and do banker's pose, which is hooking the thumbs. Now's the magic. Walk your hands forward on the strap. Gently guide them forward. And feel how the X behind you is scooping you up to give you this beautiful back bend. If arms straight doesn't work or doesn't feel good, you can totally be here. It's just like banker's pose, but this adds about 10 inches to the lengths of your thumbs. Breathe into this. Relax the shoulders. Hold yourself with your pelvis. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Good. Gently, gently let go of the strap or lower your arms down. Take off the strap if you're wearing it. Okay. And then reach both arms straight out, thumbs up. Tilt the palms all the way up and initiate the movement from here in the armpit. Up. Notice how your heart tucks up. Spin it down from the armpit. Notice how you go inward. 2 more like that. Inhale, spin it up. Gentle, gentle. Exhale, spin it down. Inhale, spin the whole arm. You can see my tattoos are changing because my whole arm is spinning. Go down. 1 more. Up. And then keep a little bit of this lift, but mediate. So go back to a little bit taller of a back, a little bit more of a neutral spine. Hands down, reverse cactus. Fingertips find each other behind their back. If fingertips can come together, great. If not, you can hold a strap between your hands here. If fingertips greet each other nicely and well, you can slide the hands together to interlace to the webbing, or you can fist bump behind your back. Whatever you're doing, lengthen your elbows out to the sides, relax your neck and the tops of your shoulders, and take long, slow, deep breaths. Unwind your left hand and put it on your collarbone at the corner of the shoulder. This is your left hand. Swipe to the side to get a little broader. Good. Turn your head the other way. Huge breath in, slow, slow, slow. And out. Return to center. Switch arms. This one comes back behind us. Right arm comes forward, swipes across, widens the collarbone. Left hand is still high between the shoulder blades. Look the other way. Your elbow and your nose are pointing in opposite directions. Then inhale. And exhale. Come back to the middle. Any comfortable seat. Take your blocks out to the sides. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. We'll just pretend you have blocks. They're just for aim. I like them on the tall setting for this one. Give myself a good wingspan. I'm gonna keep my right hand on my block, left fingers to the top of the skull. My skull rises to greet the palm. And then I just let it creep over until I find a really good spot. Maybe I dip my chin, maybe I tilt my chin back right here. I feel something, so I'm gonna stay with it. And switch sides. Up, up, up. Gentle, gentle lines here. So this is here elevating the floor so we don't have as much gravity, right? Other hand, right hand to the skull. Tip, tip, tip. I'm not pressing, it's just adding a little bit of clarity of where we are. Good. And maybe drop the chin. Look for a good spot and stay there for a couple breaths. Come back to the center. Our final pose is a modified fish posture, a supported fish. So you're gonna use 2 blocks. If you only have one block, it'll go behind your shoulder blades. If you have two blocks, one's behind the shoulder blades, one will catch your head. I'm gonna set up to my preference. You might have a different preference because our bodies might be feeling differently today. So I'm gonna start with low for my skull and medium for my back. This is gonna line up with the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades are flat, your block is flat. So you're gonna line up flat on flat, that adds up. We'll have it like this. If you were gonna do the low setting, here, and maybe no block under your head. We want the head to fall lower than the chest in this one. Set yourself up. Start with your knees bent and drape yourself over. Now you might have softer blocks at home. I'm using the wooden ones, but even though they're hard and rigid, this fits onto the plates of bones in such a way that I can strategically lay myself onto it without really suffering through it, okay? So that's what we're looking for. And then the second one's just gonna catch my skull. My bun and my hair is in the way, so I'm just gonna pull it out. Let your chin point up, skull tip back, hands down. Keep your knees pointing up, feet on the ground, or if you want a little extra bonus in your hips, feet together, knees out. Or if you want a very traditional Matsyasana fish shape, take your legs forward and breathe. Stay here as long as you wish, or come into Shavasana. Stay as long as you can, as long as you wish, as long as it serves you. And then when you're finished, you rise up gently. Palms to the chest, drop your chin, maybe rock your ears. Good. Feel the lift in your neck, feel the lift in your skull.